Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and today we have some Call of Duty Ghosts in this week's episode of Dear Nero, which of course is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in fan mail and or fan questions and I do my best to go ahead and answer them. The gameplay here is just kind of like a assorted random gameplay of the Nemesis DLC for Call of Duty Ghosts. It's just games I got on different maps, and hopefully you guys all enjoyed them. I lead a team in every single one of them. Not all of them are like super amazing gameplays, but they're gameplays nonetheless, and hopefully you guys all enjoy them. And of course, Dear Nero is not about the gameplay. Dear Nero is about me rambling on for 30 minutes or so, answering your guys' questions, and you guys watch it every week, and that's what Dear Nero seems to be. It's just a fun little series that we do that we are well over 100 episodes into now. Where does the time go? Let's hop in here to the first question. He's going to write, Dear Nero, now that you have a separate playlist in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare without exosuits, which one will you be playing? Personally, I'm going to try out the exosuits, but I will probably switch to the original playlist. A simple reply would be great. Keep up the great work. Love, Shajbaj from New Jersey. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Shabaj, I think is how you pronounce it. So Mr. Shabaj from New Jersey, there is going to be a playlist without exosuits in Advanced Warfare. But how I feel though this is going to be, it's not going to be anything really particularly amazing that anyone's really going to want to play. It's going to be something similar to what they did in Black Ops with the Bare Bones playlist. Now, if you go back to Call of Duty Black Ops, the original Black Ops, they brought back a playlist where I think there was no attachments allowed on your gun, if I remember that correctly. Even if you had attachments like on your create class when you spawned in, your gun would just have no attachments. And all of the kill streaks were set to 357. It went to UAV, Napalm Strike, and Attack Helicopter. And people wanted this. It's almost like a nostalgia style playlist to make it kind of similar to Call of Duty 4 back in the day when the game was UAV, Airstrike, and Attack Helicopter. Those were the only 3 kill streaks in Call of Duty 4. They were equipped on every single person. There was no way to change them. That's what you had for every single game, right? And it was kind of like a nostalgia playlist that people could go back to, and you would have just normal 357 kill streaks, and for whatever reason, no attachments on your gun, and that is what you had with your game. And no one really seems to remember that playlist because nobody actually really played the playlist. It just wasn't very popular. It was just kind of a gimmick style playlist that people didn't really care too much about. Now, this is of course going to be on a bigger scale, I feel like. I feel as though a playlist with no exosuits, with exosuits being so revolutionary in the Call of Duty series, that's going to be a big deal, and maybe that's going to turn a lot of people off the game when they first get their hands on it, they first start playing it and whatnot. So maybe the playlist will be kind of popular for a little bit, but I think overall, long term, it's going to be a playlist that's going to be one of those ones, that have, 100 people playing in it or something like that a few months down the line. So I'll try it out just to kind of see what it's like, but for the most part, I'm pretty excited about the exosuits and what they're going to, and what they bring to the Call of Duty series. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, what next-gen games are you looking forward to? Vince from San Diego. Well, Vince, we are just about a year now into the next gen of console gaming, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not excited for really any of the games that are coming up for next gen exclusives. The games I'm looking forward to going forward are Advanced Warfare, of course, and Borderlands the pre-sequel. I was looking forward to Madden, but that's already out. I was looking forward to Titanfall, but that's already out, And so there's really nothing I'm super stoked for. A lot of people are stoked about Destiny. Me personally, I could give 2 shits about Destiny. It doesn't look interesting to me at all. And I'm just not into Destiny in the slightest, although so many people are. I called it, and I called it again. I'll say it again. I feel as though Destiny's going to be one of them games everyone forgets about after a month. Kind of like Watch Dogs. Everyone was so pumped about Watch Dogs. Wolfenstein. Everyone was so pumped about Wolfenstein. How many people are still talking about Watch Dogs and Wolfenstein? Nobody? Nobody at all? That's about right. If it's not a game, it's not a sticky game, and it's sticky. This is kind of a phrase that they use in Hearthstone. It's a phrase I'm going to use here. Sticky in Hearthstone is kind of a creature that stays on the board. It's really hard to get rid of, And Call of Duty is a sticky game. It's a game that you can't really get rid of it. People are always talking about Call of Duty. It's a super popular game. Same thing kind of goes for Battlefield. Same thing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other popular franchises that I can't quite think of off the top of my head that are quite on the level of Call of Duty or Battlefield. World of Warcraft, I guess, would be one for the MMO scene. Yeah, there's always a new MMO that comes out. There was There's WildStar that came out. There's Elder Scrolls Online that came out, and so many people are like, "Oh boy, finally time to kill WoW!" And then of course, people still play World of Warcraft, and a bunch of people start playing those new MMO games as soon as they come out. But after a few months, they go, "Okay, well I've done quite a few things here in this game, and I'm kind of bored of it already. So let's go back to WoW." That's kind of like what Call of Duty and Battlefield are. They're sticky. They don't really, they stick around. I think the Borderlands series, for me anyway, is a sticky game. I still play Borderlands 2. Not quite to this day. I haven't played it in probably a month or two. But Borderlands 2 is a fantastic game that I have put freaking stupid amount of time in. I'm going to talk about Borderlands 2 for a second here. So, Borderlands 2, I originally beat it on the Xbox 360 back when the level cap was 61. And I got my Assassin. The original character I had was the Assassin. I got that up to like level 50 something or so. Right, and then I made a new character. I made the Commando, got him up to level 61. And I got the level cap on that. Then I got the game on PC, and I took Craig the Psycho, and I not buffed him up, but I played him up to level 72, and beat all the game, beat all the DLC. Overall, I think I've put in like 25 days of playtime to Borderlands 2. It's a damn good game, right? But to me, it's a sticky game, and I don't think Destiny is going to be a sticky game. I don't think most of the games are coming out, even though there's a very small list of actual games that are coming out. I don't think a lot of them are sticky games. I think they're giving games that we like, oh boy, let's play this for a few weeks, and then now we're bored of it. That's why I feel as though most of the games that are coming out are, especially on next gen. So the games I'm excited for are Advanced Warfare, and I'm also excited for Borderlands the pre-sequel. But Borderlands pre-sequel is going to be last gen, so it's going to be coming out for the 360, the PS3, as well as the PC. And I'll be getting it on PC, because after playing Borderlands 2 on the 360, then playing it on the PC, it's like, wow, it is so ridiculously good on the PC. Like, you put that game in ultra settings, and it's like, oh, it's a damn good game. Recommend it. I think it's on sale for $10 right now on Steam. Not sure about that. You guys have to check. But if you guys want to try out Borderlands 2, you can play that game without needing to play the Borderlands 1. You'll learn everything you need to know about Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2. Next question. He rates Dear Nero, how do you feel about the amount of content that Call of Duty Advanced Warfare has taken from Black Ops 2? Not having touched the game yet, it is already feeling stale. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Black Ops 2, and I'm one of the few people who enjoy Call of Duty Ghosts just as much as Black Ops 2, but I just feel as though a studio that puts its hat into the ring should have their own style. I think that they put too much hope on jetpacks and Kevin Spacey. What are your thoughts? And this person did not leave his or her name. So a lot of people are starting to make that comparison already kind of early, how Call of Duty Advanced Warfare has already taken a lot of things from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And I don't agree with that necessarily. There's a few things that are quite obvious that they took. Number one, they took the Pick 10 system, and they basically made the Pick 13 system, which I think is actually an improvement upon the Pick 10 system. And of course, you also have the Exosuit, which is a whole different system, which will allow you to add customization to that as well. And there's also score streaks. They basically took the idea of score streaks, which the only time it's ever been featured in a Call of Duty game prior was during Black Ops 2. And I'll say this though, man, I think score streaks is the best way to run it. I love the score streak system, or just a normal, Black Ops 1 style kill streak system, way more than I like what Infinity Ward is doing with their assault support and specialist package. Support can be nice to help out your team. That could be okay. But all too often they add some kind of support kill streak that is just obnoxious to play around. Be it the stealth bombers during Modern Warfare 3, or be it the Odin in Call of Duty Ghost, or anything like that. You should not give people really good kill streaks for running support. That's not something that should happen. That's my biggest problem with support. Specialist, I've said many times that it is a selfish strike package. I don't like specialists. Me and my teammates. Let's say I have 5 friends or something like that, and then we have one random person on our team that fill out our team of 6. Me and my 5 friends, or me and my 4 friends, I guess technically. We're running around. We're throwing down UAVs. We're throwing down ballistic vests. We're calling in counter UAVs. We're doing all that stuff. Meanwhile, Captain Douche over there is running specialists. He's feeding off of me and my teammates. He's feeding off of, in Call of Duty Ghost, for example, he's feeding off of our SATCOMs and our ballistic vests and, any kind of kill streak that we call in. He's just feeding off of that and using that to his advantage, meanwhile giving himself more perks. That's selfish. Why? I don't think specialists should be in the game, and I think support's kind of annoying. And truth be told, in most of the Infinity Ward games, the assault package is pretty weak in terms of the firepower that you can get from that package. I'm not a big fan of it. I like the idea idea of score streaks. I like what Black Ops 2 did with their score streak system, and I'm really thinking that from what we've seen so far, that the Advanced Warfare score streak system is going to be just as good as Black Ops 2's, which is definitely going to be a good thing in my opinion. So I like the idea that they took the Pick 10 system and improved upon it with Pick 13. I like the idea that they're bringing back score streaks, and those are really the two only things I can remember off the top of my head that they're really kind of taking from Black Ops 2, and I think it's a good thing. I don't see why anyone would have a problem with that. Like, oh, you're not innovating because you're having a score streak system. It's like, really? Do you want some kind of crazy, stupid system that probably wouldn't make any sense? You know, I don't know what other possibilities they could do. Like, what do you guys think they could do other than, running the assault, support, and specialist package or running the score streak package? They could go back to normal kill streak packages, but then people would start complaining, oh, you're just copying Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops now. It's like there's only so many things they can do with the kill streak setup. So, if anything, I think we got the best possible scenario when we got score streaks back, which of course rewards people for playing the objective. There's no support, there's no specialist as a result of that, which I think is an awesome thing. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, for me, high school just started today, and it was great. How was your first day of high school? Sincerely, James from Nevada. So James, my first day of high school was completely unmemorable in every single possible way. And that's the thing about high school. I keep telling people all this about high school, man. It's like, you act like high school is such a big deal. And when you're in high school, it is kind of a big deal. Your social status kind of matters. Who you're friends with kind of matters. Who you're sitting with at your lunch table matters. What clubs and sports teams that you're a part of. Who you are, what clique you're a part of. They all really seem to matter a lot in high school. But I kept telling everyone, it's like, once you're out of high school, everything that happened there does not matter anymore. Any kind of social drama you ever got into does not matter. Who you were friends with does not matter. You talk to anyone that's been out of high school for more than a few weeks, they'll tell you, man, like, I don't even remember any of the people I went to high school with, or I've lost complete contact with everyone that I went to high school with. That's really the way of things. People move out, people, once they get out of high school, they go on with their lives. A lot of people end up moving. A lot of people end up getting jobs. A lot of people just go and start families. You lose track of everyone that you went to high school with. So it's completely unmemorable for me in every possible way what my first day of high school was. I don't remember really any of my days from high school because it just, it didn't matter. It really didn't matter, what ended up happening there. But you started your first day, and that's a good thing. A lot of people, they say their first day of high school is kind of hard. A lot of people are scared of their first day of high school. They're like, oh no, what will the seniors think? The seniors don't think anything. They don't care if you're a freshman. They think they've never seen a freshman before. High school is not as big of a deal as a lot of people seem to think it is. So congratulations to you, Mr. James. Anyone out there that is starting their first day of high school this year, and look forward to it, because high school can be fun. Just don't take it too seriously, because it really does not matter all that much. Aside from the grades part, focus on that. The grades, that stuff matters. All the social stuff, that doesn't matter. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, in your recent Madden review, you started talking about changing the camera angle. Would you like it if Madden had a first-person camera angle? I think this would especially be fun at free safety, but I'm not sure about the other positions, and this person did not leave his or her name. So, first-person perspective in a football game, you say? Are you talking about ESPN NFL 2K5? I remember that game. I had that game. Terrell Owens was on the cover of it when he played for the Eagles. And very soon after that, Madden and EA kind of bought out the exclusive rights to the NFL. So no longer was ESPN NFL 2K a game franchise anymore, which was sucky, man. It was sucky because that franchise had a lot going for it. I remember they had that entire mansion thing where you can customize your own entire mansion within the game and put trophies and stuff that you've earned by playing the game. And you can customize it to have your favorite team and all this cool stuff. They had that in there. I remember there was a first-person perspective that you could actually play at. You could play quarterback, and you could drop back in first person, and it was a pretty cool thing is what you could do with that. And it wasn't overly fun. It was actually made the game a lot harder to play, but it was fun, it was fun. And that kind of innovation, that kind of cool stuff is not really anything we ever really see in Madden because they're a monopoly and they don't need to innovate, so... Oh, that stinks. It would be kind of cool. I don't think a lot of people would use it, but I think it would especially be fun in like a My Player mode, something like that. But yeah, we all know how Madden likes to do My Player mode. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I know you are a huge Borderlands fan, and so am I. I was wondering the other day that in Borderlands the pre-sequel, will Claptrap be super effective from corrosive damages, and will he need oxygen to survive since he is a robot? Love your videos, keep up the fantastic work. Alan from Vancouver. So, Mr. Allen, I haven't looked up a ton of stuff on the pre-sequel. And the reason for that being is if I start looking up stuff on the pre-sequel now, I'm just going to get so ridiculously into it that I'm just going to, like, want to know everything about the game, and then it's going to kind of ruin the surprise and, like, the fun of the game. But don't worry, I plan on playing the hell out of Borderlands pre-sequel and probably making a ton of videos of it on my Let's Play channel like I did with Borderlands 2. So that'll probably be a thing. But what I know about Claptrap, who is going to be known as the Frag Trap, not the Flag Trap, the Frag Trap in the pre-sequel, is there's a whole new oxygen system since the Borderlands pre-sequel is going to be on the moon. And from what I know, Claptrap's not going to be required to focus on oxygen at all, whereas the other Vault Hunters, or if can you call them Vault Hunters? I don't know. They're not going to be, they're going to have to focus on oxygen, whereas Claptrap is not, is what I'm trying to say. The idea of taking extra corrosive damage, that I haven't really thought about, but that would make a lot of sense because there's a bunch of elements within the Borderlands series. There is fire, which is known as incendiary. There is corrosive damage. So fire is good against flesh. Corrosive is very good against like robots, like metal style things. Electric, like electricity, what's that called? Is it just called shock? I really don't know. It's good for taking down shields. Slag is very, very good for just kind of like coating the enemy in kind of like this purple substance, which will then make it so he takes extra damage from all sources. And then, of course, there's explosive, which I'm not even sure if explosive is super good against anything. I think it's just kind of there. But regardless, yeah, I think it'd be interesting if you, like playing as the Frag Trap, were to take extra damage from corrosive style damage sources. I think that'd be kind of an interesting thing. And from what I've heard so far is that Frag Trap or Claptrap is actually going to be a pretty interesting character because he can provide a bunch of different buffs. Like one of the things I've heard is he has this high five buff where everyone in your party can go high five you, and then because that's obviously a reference to some a quest in Borderlands 2. Everyone can high five you and they'll all get a buff. But if they don't high five you, you as Claptrap get the screw you guys buff, which makes you really, really powerful because no one wanted to high five you. So I don't know. There's gonna be some cool, interesting things with Claptrap. I'm undecided as to what I want to run as because I assume on my Let's Play channel I'll probably do a full playthrough of that game and all of its modes. Like we did with Borderlands 2. And I'm wondering what character I want to be, and I think the fun one sounds like it'd be Claptrap. But here's the thing about Claptrap. I remember a lot of people were saying, you know, when the game first came out, that the assassin, Zero, it was the big thing. Everyone wanted to be the assassin because he looked so cool. Everyone wanted to be Zero. And until you got to really higher levels, Zero wasn't really that great of a Vault Hunter. There just wasn't a lot of good things that he brought to the table, with the exception of once you got to higher levels, he got the Boar ability, which was absurdly powerful and made it so certain bosses you could just down. Who's ever used Boar on the assassin and taken out the bunker? Probably like 2 or 3 of you, because no one on this channel cares about Borderlands. Okay, I'll wrap up the Borderlands talk, but yeah, I'm excited for the pre-sequel. I really am. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, would you ever consider doing a horror game series on your Let's Play channel, such as Outlast or Five Nights at Freddy's? Keep up the great work, Josh from Texas. So Five Nights at Freddy's, never even heard of that one. Of course I've heard of Outlast, but I never heard of the other one. So Josh, I'm not into scary games. And the idea of like doing like a scary game, like a Let's Play, I don't know. What makes scary games kind of work is people like they add that entire face cam element to it, and then a lot of the time, you know, when you're recording a video like that, like a lot of it's for show. You know, what you see when people do Let's Plays of horror games, it's for show. You know, they're not really reacting, you know, that bad. They don't really start crying. You know, they don't. You know, they might jump, and games make me jump. And dude, not even scary games make me jump sometimes. Sometimes stuff pops out at you, or sometimes, you know, like something loud will happen. You weren't expecting it. Like you're just in kind of like a mellow state or something like that. You know, then something, you know, kind of jumps at you. You're like, oh shit! You know, you flinch a little bit. And that's all that would ever really happen to me in a horror game. I played through some horror games. I played through a lot of the Silent Hill games on the PlayStation 2, and so, you know, they were more just creepy than like scary. I don't know. I'm just not really into scary games. Really haven't been. The last scary game, like I said, was Silent Hill stuff back on the PlayStation 2. It's just not my genre. I'd much rather stick to Borderlands stuff and Hearthstone stuff and Game Dev Tycoon stuff and all the cool games and Pokemon stuff and all the great stuff you see over on Nero's Let's Plays, which of course is my Let's Play channel. There's a link in the description to it if you guys want to go check it out. I post videos over there too, and it's lots of cool stuff. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, is there going to be a series like Chem Strike Saturday on Advanced Warfare, as there is a secret high kill streak? Hope you have a wonderful day, Miko from Finland. So Miko, you say as there is a secret high kill streak. As in, you know something. Am I missing something? I actually been doing pretty good this year. Like last year, I didn't pay much attention to Call of Duty Ghosts at all. I didn't really, keep track of all the breaking news. But I've been keeping track of a lot of stuff with Advanced Warfare. Is there, like, confirmed now, suddenly, that I don't know about, like, a Counter-Strike or a Moab-style streak? I know there's a nuclear. Is there? Let me know about that in the comments. But let's say hypothetically that there was a secret kill streak like the Moab or the Chemstrike. Then of course, yes, I think the idea of a Chemstrike Saturday series going to Advanced Warfare would be pretty cool. I think that'd be great. If not, maybe we do a nuclear series here on my channel. I love the idea of Chemstrike Saturday. I get to put up, 2 to 3 videos every single week. I get to promote other people's channels, and a lot of people seem to enjoy the commentary on the gameplay. And of course, I like watching the gameplay, and I like doing the series a lot. I think it's a fun series. I would love to do something similar to it in Advanced Warfare. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, do you watch any weapon guides to make yourself better, or do you prefer to go head on? If you do watch guides, do you follow their advice or generally find them to be counterintuitive? Sincerely, Simon from the great not so white north. So Simon, here's my thing with weapon guides. I don't pay much mind to weapon guides because they really don't matter. As much as I'm friends with people that do weapon guides, and I've seen their stuff, and it's interesting stuff on not more than one person even. I've seen weapon guides, but to be honest, they don't really matter. Because regardless of what gun you're using, every gun in Call of Duty that's not a shotgun or a sniper is a 3 to 6 shot kill at all ranges. 3 to 6 shots is what it's going to take to kill. It does not matter. I don't care if this gun has a 0.2 second faster reload speed than this other gun. I don't care if this gun takes 3 to 4 shots to kill, where this gun takes 3 to 5 shots to kill. Ooh, big deal. I don't pay much attention to that. The things I pay attention to are on burst weapons. Can that particular burst weapon, can I get a 1 burst kill with it? That's a big deal to me. Aside from that, the things that really matter, and I think that you guys should really try and focus on as well when you're looking up tip-based stuff, is map stuff. Where are the spawns on this map? If we have B and C on this domination map, where are the general spawn points in which people are going to spawn at when they're spawning at the A flag? Where are some good opening routes for these maps? Things like that actually kind of matter. And I don't really look up that kind of stuff anymore. When I first started doing YouTube, that was looking up stuff like that. It was looking up tips like that of how to play better in Call of Duty. It was looking, trying to find out everything I could. But as I've gotten, older, I guess, and played more Call of Duty, and of course started my YouTube channel, now I'm the guy that gives out the tips rather than the guy that is looking up the tips. So, I don't look up weapon guides. I do watch some of Xbox Ahoy's stuff just because it's really interesting to watch the history of the weapons. Of course, Xbox Ahoy, it wasn't as much fun for me during Black Ops 2 because Black Ops 2 stuff was all basically hypothetical made-up weapons where they would take like a prototype for a weapon, and then they would just, fill in the blanks and that's your gun in Black Ops 2. So there wasn't a lot of actual history to the guns in Black Ops 2. But watching Xbox Ahoy stuff for Black Ops 1, I still watch some of that stuff. It's very, very interesting to see the history of the guns. But the actual numbers about the guns, like in-game, it's like, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. It's like every gun is a 3 to 6 shot kill. The other things you might want to know is, okay, is this shotgun, consistently a 1 shot kill? Is this sniper generally a 1 shot kill? Those are things that, you'd want to know, but those are things that are kind of pretty obvious. If it's semi-automatic, chances are it's going to take more than 1 shot to kill on both snipers and shotguns. If it's a pump action or a bolt action, generally it's going to be a 1 shot kill on a sniper rifle. And you don't really need a video to kind of tell you that, I don't know. I never really found gun guides to be very, very helpful, but there's other tip videos out there that are very helpful. Next and final question, he's going to write, Dear Nero, I haven't seen any news from Sledgehammer Games about the random time of the day and the random weather generator. Do you think they will be putting this in, or if not, what is your opinion? Trace from Colorado. So Trace, sadly, we have not heard anything about my random time of the day and my random weather generator. Where is my random time of day and my random weather generator? That was such a fantastic idea that apparently they're not running with it, or maybe they are running with it. So here's the thing. My idea for that, which I'm going to continue to claim it to be my idea, and there's proof out there that it was my idea, that I think it's such it'd be such a revolutionary idea to the Call of Duty franchise, that if they were doing it, which they were making posts on their website trying to find people to hire so they could do it, if they were doing it, I feel as though we would have seen it by now. If it was in the game, I feel as though people would know about it. I feel as though it would be advertised at least by this point, because that would be something that could actually draw a lot of sales to the game. It could be one of those things where they're kind of waiting for the actual launch of the game, then maybe they'll pitch it to us a little bit before the game comes out, or maybe they won't really pitch it at all. And we'll all just start up Advanced Warfare, then we'll realize that time of the day and the weather generators are both in there. And then we'll be like, oh, this is so cool. Look how cool this is. We had no idea this was coming. I love you, Advanced Warfare. That could be a possibility. But I don't feel as though it's going to be in there. But regardless, I'm going to be making a video maybe tomorrow or maybe in the next coming days, talking about that exact topic, the random time of day and the random weather generator, and showing you guys a few more things you guys may not have understood about that idea. And of course, that is my idea. You guys can go look up those videos. Those are freaking awesome. But regardless, I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys like to send in your guys' questions for next week's episode of Dear Nero, simply send me a personal message here on YouTube, and then there you go. You submit your questions for next week's episode of Dear Nero. All you gotta do is go to my YouTube channel, go to the About section, and hit the Send Message button. And since YouTube, with all their great innovations, have basically taken out the ability to title your message, just go ahead and put Dear Nero as like the first few words in your message. That way it's easier to sort through them at the end of the week. That makes it a bit easier for people like me to try and sort through all the messages and be able to find the ones that are specifically sent for Dear Nero. So hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Dear Nero. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.